Okay, the first thing that we've got to look at with the Brexit is there's a lot of negotiation to do. So the Europeans and the British government have to do a lot of negotiation. But let's assume that the worst happens and that there is absolutely no trade agreement between them. I think that presents an opportunity for South Africans. There's three components to that. The first is we can start taking markets that the British had in Europe. So we need to do the research into that aspect. Then we need to look at the market in the UK that the Europeans have, and we need to see what we can exploit from that. And I think there's certain niche markets in agro-processing, automotive, even clothing and textiles where we can get certain niche markets to do. And then the third aspect, which is also critically important, is the investment component. If firms no longer can export, so British firms can no longer export to the European Union as they're doing now, it's going to be more expensive. They're going to face high external barriers and face all the non-tariff barriers that the rest of the world has to face. South Africa, fortunately, has got trade agreements in place with the European Union, and I think that's what we need to use, that we can offer those to investors that are currently there and offer them a place in South Africa to invest, and then use our quotas and our duty-free access to get into the European Union or retain their markets that they've currently got. So if we can just do those three things, take markets from the Europeans, take markets from the Brits, and then get the new investments especially from the Europeans.
And how can business and traders help government with the negotiations?
I think the first thing is we need to know what it is that business needs. There's so many non-tariff barriers. So it's easy to pick up the tariff barriers, but what are the non-tariff barriers? What are the regulatory requirements that our exporters are facing right now? And to bring them to the attention of government, especially the Department of Trade and Industries, and so they can start using the diplomatic offices to either reduce those non-tariff barriers or to find ways of helping the South Africans comply with the trade barriers that are in place.